Many students in their search for light find diverse problems presented to them for solution, questions so puzzling from the contradictory aspects which they present, that the true course of attainment is difficult for those who seek right living. One of these questions: is it our duty to interfere if we see a wrong being done? The question of duty is one that can only be decided fully by each individual himself. No code of laws or table of rules, unchanging and inflexible, will be given under which all must act or find duty. We are so ignorant or so newly acquainted with a portion of the divine will that generally we are poorly fitted to declare decisively what is wrong or evil. Each man is the law unto himself, that is, the law as to right and wrong, good and evil. No other individual may violate the law of that man, any more than he may violate any other law, without producing the inevitable result, which is the penalty of an infracted law. I dare not declare that any one thing or course is evil within another. For me it may be evil, but I am not wise enough to know what it is for another. Only the Supreme knows, for he only can read the heart, the mind, and the soul of each. Quote, "Thou shalt not judge," saith the sacred writing. My duty is clear in many places, but in the performing of it I may neither act as a judge or hold animosity, anger, or disgust. Were a man to abuse an animal, surely I must interfere, to prevent suffering to the helpless, the dumb, and weak, for so we are enjoined. This done, my duty lies in helping my brother, for he knew not what he did. My aim is to find wisdom, and my duty to do away with ignorance wherever it is encountered. And his act was caused by ignorance. Were a man to abuse his wife or child through unwise use of wine or drug, truly it is my duty to prevent suffering or sorrow from either the wife or child, and also to prevent greater misery, perhaps death. They are human beings, my fellows. This done, my duty lies toward the man, and not in his condemnation. But seeking the cause that makes him unwise, strive to alleviate, if not free him from it. He also is my brother. If men steal, lie, cheat, betray the innocent, or are betrayed by the knowing, my duty lies in preventing for others, if I may, sorrow and anguish, pain and want, misery, self-harm, bloodshed, which may be for others the result of these acts. My duty lies in preventing effects such as these from love for and a desire to help all men, and not because men's actions seem to me wrong or their counsels evil. For I know not the causes of their actions, nor all the reasons why they are permitted. How then may I say this or that man is evil, or this or that thing is wrong? The effects made to me seem evil, inasmuch as appears to be the result for others. Here my duty is to prevent evil to other mortals in the way that seems the most wise. Quote, "Finally, this is better that one do his own task as he may, even though he fail, than to take task not his own, though that they seem good." End quote. He who seeks the, quote, "small, old path" has many duties to perform. His duty to mankind, his family, nature, himself, and his Creator. But duty here means something very different from that which is conveyed by the time and lip-worn word, duty. Our comprehension of the term is generally based upon society's, or man's, selfish interpretation. It is quite generally thought that duty means the performance of a series of acts which others think that I ought to perform, whereas it truly means the performance of actions by me which I know are good for others, or the wisest at the moment. It would be quite dangerous for me to take upon myself the duty of another, either because he told me it was good, or that it was duty. It would be dangerous for him and me if I assumed that which he felt it was good to do, for that is his duty and cannot be mine. That which is given him to do, I cannot do for him. That which is given me to do, no living thing can do for me. If I attempt to do another's duty, then I assume that which belongs not to me was not given me. Thus I am a thief, taking that which does not belong to me. And my brother, who consents thereto, becomes an idler. He too fails to comprehend the lesson. He shifts the responsibility, and between us we accomplish nothing. We are instructed to do good. That is duty. In doing good, all that we do is covered. That for which we are here is being accomplished, and that is duty. We are enjoined to do good where it is safe. Not so much safe for ourselves, but safe for the other objects toward which our duty points. Often we behold beings suffering great wrong. Our emotions prompt us to rush forward and in some way prevent the continuance of it. Still, the wise man knows it is not safe. Were he to do so, his efforts would only arouse the antagonism and passions of superior numbers, whose unrestrained and ungoverned wills would culminate in the perpetration of greater wrongs upon the one who already suffers. It is safe to do good, or my duty, after I find out how to do it in a way that will not create evil, harm others, or beget greater evils. For him who seeks the upward way, there is no duty, for nothing is a duty. He's learned that the word conveys an erroneous meaning when applied to the actions of the seeker. It implies the performance of that which savors a task, or a certain required or demanded act necessary before progress is made or other deeds be performed. Of duty, there is none such as this. He learns to do good, and that which appears the wisest at the time, forgetting self so fully that he only knows his doing good to others, and forgetting self so far that he forgets to think whether he is doing his duty or not, entering nirvana to an extent that he doesn't remember that he is doing his duty. That for him is duty. Quote, "Resist not evil, saith one of the wise." He who said this knew full and well his duty, and desired to convey to us knowledge, that he did not mean men to sit idly by, while ignorance let slip the dogs of pain, anguish, suffering, want, and murder, is surely true. That he did not mean men to kneel in puerile simulation of holiness by the roadside, while their fellow men suffer torture, wrong, or abuse, is still more true. That he did not intend a man to sit silently a looker-on, while that which is called evil worked its will upon others, when by lifting of a finger, perhaps its intentions might be thwarted and annulled, is truth in itself. These all would be neglect of a portion of the whole duty of man. He who taught that men should, quote, resist not evil, desired them only to forget themselves. Men think that all things which are disagreeable to them are evil. By resistance, he meant complaint, anger, and objection to or against the inevitable, disagreeable, or sorrowful things of life that come to self. And he did not mean man to go forth in the guise of a martyr, hugging these same penalties to his bosom, while he proclaims himself thereby the possessor of the magic password, which is, "I have suffered," which he will never own, and which is never uttered in that way. If men revile, persecute, or wrong one, then why resist? Perhaps it is evil, but so long as it affects oneself only, it is no greater matter. If want, sorrow, or pain come to one, why resist or cry out? In the resistance or war against them, we create greater evils. Coming to oneself, they should have little weight, while at the same time they carry invaluable lessons in their hands. Rightly studied, they cause one to forget himself in desire to assist others in similar situations. And the lotus of duty, or love for man, to bloom out of the Nile's muck and mire of life. Resist not evil, for it is inseparable from life. It is our duty to live and accept uncomplainingly all of life. Resist not evil, but rather learn of it all the good which in reality it only veils. Seek in it evil, as well as in the gleaming good for the mystery, and there will come forth from both the self-same form upon whose forehead it is written, quote, duty, which being interpreted meaneth efforts for the good of all other men, and over whose heart it is written, quote, I am my brother's keeper, end quote. End of article. Love yourselves and love each other unconditionally.